All right, we're back with episode 4 of a pickleball coach reacting to point play. This time, we're not going to try to guess the rating because in the video it says this is a senior mixed doubles 3.5 match. We're going to watch the first game and just give a little bit of feedback on what I'm seeing in this game. But it's about to say, I think, but I believe this is like the gold medal or bronze medal match of this particular tournament. And coming in at 2-1, the video started just after the beginning of the match, so let's see.
2-1-1, we're picking up. This is the gold medal match, I think. I'm not positive. It's definitely a medal match.
(3-5). I'm expecting to see a lot of high thirds and fifths and some heavy smashes on the fourths and sixths. This happens a lot at this level. It's really hard to get your drops, your third shot drops and drives low and good enough for your opponents not to smash it. But we should see some pretty good points here. That's a great drop. Great fifth shot drop as well, and an amazing seventh shot attack. Well played on this near side. I believe this video is from a couple years ago as well, just to note it, but wanted to get some looks at some senior 3-5 match. Ooh, nice hunt. Great setup. Clip the net, but great hunt by, let's watch that point again, actually. This is a great third. Off the net, yeah, but her partner did a very good job of moving in. Let's see it one more time. This is a very important point. A lot of players, particularly at 3-0, they will just stay back here when their partner's hitting and watch. He did a good job of stepping in. I call this taking a couple of cheat steps. He took a couple of cheat steps, watched his partner hit the third. When he noticed that it was probably going to be good, and it's kind of an educated guess, but it came off of her paddle looking pretty good. He followed it. Got a little lucky on the net cord, but he would put himself in position to do what I call hunting, and then he got the attack down and in. Great point. Definitely like a 4.0 level of point there with the knowledge of coming in on a good third. The near side is also doing stacking so that they can have one player on the left side always and one player on the right side always, particularly on their serve. I haven't noticed if they're doing on the return yet or not. High third, good fifth. Opponents keeping the pressure on. Just missed. 4-2-2. Good deep serve, great deep return. Good third, high fifth though. I feel like the third shot, real quick, the third shots back here typically are a lot easier. Well, first of all, you get to practice them more because the return happens and then you get to hit a third. But these third shots, people tend to do good with these at 3-5. They tend to struggle a lot more here in transition, like when the ball is getting, particularly if the ball is getting put back at the player's feet. So one thing to kind of watch in the 3-5 level is how are players doing at balls when they're in transition here. Again, this team's done pretty good on this side with their thirds and actually even pretty good with their fifths for the level. So just something to keep in mind. Typically the shots, it's kind of ironic because the shots farther back are easier to get into the kitchen at times than balls when you're halfway to the kitchen. So let's watch that. So side out. Two, 4, 1. The near side's number is even, so they're not going to stack. This is where they started the game, and they're going to just stay where they are, so there's no need to switch. the opposite side is also stacking. They have a lefty and a righty. So left-handed and right-handed players tend to want both of their forehands middle, so that's why you'll see the opposite side stack, because they have a lefty and righty. Great return to the backhand. Excellent. That's a here. Let's look at that real quick. I know it's something kind of subtle, but this is a very good way to punish lefty righties when they're stacked, particularly because you have the right-handed player serving. They have to move over, but as they're moving over to their backhand side. So this player is going to go here, and near side return just goes right back to the outside, the backhand side of the right-handed player, and causes a tough third shot for our opponent. Great ball. You got a quick side out here on the near side. See if they can capitalize. Fairly quick, I guess. They got 1 point. 4-3-1. And there. That's points. Another example of how 3-5 tends to have a tougher time to get up to the kitchen. That fifth shot is really hard to make it up there. But that short return is a good job driving that short return, but he went too high on his drive and it got slammed right back at his foot. Got to keep the drive a little lower. Even if it's not as hard, a lower drive is better. Hard to hit. There she goes back to that backhand return. Excellent backhand lob. Okay, let's watch that point again. That's excellent. Right. Again, we talked about this. She hit the return to her backhand, made her third shot as she's moving over tough, but instead of trying to drop it in the kitchen this time, she goes over the top lob. That lob was excellent. Well played. Good adjustment on the far side player. This is a point that people ask me a lot, like, how I don't like when my opponents don't slow the ball down. And this is a great example, this whole entire point, 90% of this point. It's actually a great drop shot, a great fifth shot, and now they're in the kitchen game. But watch what happens here. Pop up, pop up, pop up. This team on the near side, they got 3 balls in a row that were about at least chest to, if not shoulder and head height. Now, why would they ever want to slow that down? Well, they wouldn't. They would want to slam it, which is what happened. So in rec play, particularly at like 3-0 to 3-5, you'll see this a lot. It's hard to get the ball where it's unattackable. And if you give your opponent a ball up here, they should be slamming it. And so there's no reason for the point to ever slow down. It's kind of your job to learn how to hit a ball that arcs enough. Let's see, arcs enough so that it goes down. Now these players were hitting balls that were coming kind of just up flat versus a ball that was coming like this. So if they could give a ball that was more like this instead of like straight, they would be able to get a reset, is what you call it, and then this team on the near side wouldn't be able to slam it back down over and over and over. Very common thing at 3-0 to 3-5. Now these 3-5 players are doing better at it. They're not giving as many pop-ups to their opponents, but it's something I wanted to point out for rec play. Tie game, 4-4-2. Great hunt on the far side. She missed the attack, but good job getting the drop in and getting in position to do that. trains are here to cheer on the crowd. Communication issue there probably on the near side. There's a good return in between the players, so it caused a little confusion on who should take the third shot that last point. Typically you want your forehand, not your right-handed, your forehand to take that. Again, that's what I'm talking about. The 3-5, that drop shot is very flat. You want a little bit. The lower the ball is, the more arc you want on it. The higher the ball, the less arc you can get. But still, want a little more arc on that third shot so you have more room for error. Near side is stacking on... Or actually, we'll see if they switch. They are not switching on the return. So near side is not switching on the return. They're not stacking or switching on the return. So that's called a half stack. A half stack is when you stack your players on typically it's used to say we're stacking on the serve. So when we serve and our score is odd, we're going to stack. But in this case, they are not stacking whenever they are returning, because they trust both players to be on the left side to smack high balls with their forehand. Four, 5-2. Good hunting. Way to go in on the good drop. I think this near side did a great job of getting into position for an attack. They didn't quite get the attack, but well done getting in position for that. That's the first step, is getting in position. Nice reset. Wow. Great reset near side. Four, 5-1. Let's see if we can get some points. I like the idea of going cross court there on the dink. It doesn't have to be that tight. You don't have to paint the line. A little more room for error, but I like the idea of going cross court. Five, 5-2, still a close game. A high third. Ooh, just missed the volley. Those hurt. Definitely don't want to miss many shots when you have the shot advantage and the positional advantage like they just had. Six, 5-2. Nice leave. I like the idea of trying to pressure on those like fifths and sevenths. Excellent. I love that placement over power shot that he just hit from here. So placement over power. He hit a safe spot, but he hit it firm. He didn't just dink it over. He hit a nice firm shot, but safely. Great drop. Nice dink to the backhand. Way to work around the ball. I guess she missed it based on the reaction, but she set up near side. She set up the point really well. She dinked outside and then outside here. Got a pop up. Missed the attack, but oh, it wasn't. So great. She worked that point well, went outside, outside, got the pop up, and then finished the pop up. 6-6-2. Great third going back to the person coming in. I love that. This person didn't get in all the way on their return. She took advantage of it by going right back to his feet. Well played. Ooh. That was a sneaky attack. Generally, when you're he was running out of position, so both players were on this side of the court. That's kind of like you have to you have to hit a winner or you lose, because if he doesn't hit a winner here, this ball just comes right back to the open court and no one's here to defend it. But he got it. It was a good shot. So that's the end of the first game. We could watch this whole game, but I want to try to get different looks at different levels of play. Again, this is a video from a couple years ago, but a good look at what mixed doubles senior mixed doubles 3.5 looks like. And thanks for the footage. It was fun watching it, and I'll post the link to the full video if you want to see how the match ended up. But yeah, I think it was a good match. Again, what I noticed as a coach that I'll see a lot at 3-0 to 3-5 is a lot of like high third shot and fifth shot drops. So it's like high third shot and fifth shot drops, which means hard and fast and slams on the fourth shots and the sixth shots. So just trying to get a little bit better at getting a little more arc on these third shots and fifth shots from here, so that they're falling. The ball is falling as it goes over the net. You want the ball more falling versus the ball rising as it's going over the net on these third shots and fifth shots from in transition here. But yeah, that was fun. Enjoyed getting to look at this. I appreciate all the coverage and footage that people are getting of different levels of play. Look forward to making more videos like this, and see you next time. Bye.